asleep earlier today while sitting down on the couch. I couldn't help but to think back about what I had dreamt. A thought resonated in my mind. However, quickly as it came, it was gone, and the only memory that remained in my brain was the sound of the wheels of the train. Then I wake up. I sit on my couch for a few more minutes. A thought arrives. Am I just gonna sit around and do nothing all day again? Fortunately, I comfortably reassure my frustrated mind by telling myself, nah, I don't think so. I will make sure that today is a productive and fun day.
Hey, what's up, family and friends? Here I am doing my weekly workout. Now, every different martial artist has their own style, and depending on the level that you're at, depends on what kind of routine you get into. I don't know what level I'm at. Quite frankly, I don't even care. But if you're looking to build up your endurance and your physical well-being, I recommend you start off slowly. And slowly but surely you will progress to a higher and higher level. To start off, I would recommend running. Obviously, that's the best kind of workout there is. Then push-ups, sit-ups, lifting weights. Then start off slowly, throwing punches, throwing kicks, then build up, start doing cartwheels, and then eventually you'll be able to do front flips, back flips, and all that good stuff. So lately I've been getting into the routine of doing cartwheels, and so let me show you guys what I build up to. Now the key is to always stretch. So stretching is fundamental. Stretching is the basics. Before you do anything, any kind of workout, please stretch. Otherwise, you're going to hurt yourself. And that's something that you obviously don't want, because if you care about yourself, you're not going to hurt yourself. So,
Cartwheels. The human body is composed of the skeleton, which is capable of motion through muscles, ligaments, and tendons that attach and are distributed along the skeleton. The human skeletal system consists of the feet, which are the torsos, base of the feet, phalanges, tip of toes, metatarsals, base of toes, tarsal bones, top portion of the feet, the calcaneus, heel bone. Moving further up are the legs, which consist of the tibia and fibula, which are the long bones of the lower leg, the patella, knee bone, and the femur, the long bone of the upper leg. Cartwheels are all about flowing with gravity, transferring and adequately distributing body weight is important during this fun activity. The skeleton is the foundation of the body. It shields and supports every other body part, body organ. The lower back consists of the saccumen and the coccyx tailbones, the coxa hip bone, and the vertebral column spine. The upper back, which consists of the scapula, back shoulder bones, and clavicle collar bone. The femur attaches to the coxa hip bone. The patella knee bone attaches to the femore upper leg bone. The patella attaches to the tibia and fibula lower leg bones, and the tibia fibula bones rightfully fit with the foot. In other words, the skeleton is the framework, and the ligaments, tendons, and muscles facilitate movement, in this case, physical activity. The quote-unquote verbal expression, the meat on our bones, refers to the physiological term known by the name of muscles. There are a lot of face muscles, so let's not waste time and let's spread knowledge. The frontalis is the forehead muscle. The orbicularis oculi is the muscle area that surrounds the eye. The zygomaticus is the cheek muscle. Last but not least is the orbicularis oris, which is the lip muscle. Back cartwheels and front cartwheels are all about confidence in a fluid and smooth motion. A friendly reminder, don't forget that if you fight against gravity, you're gonna lose. During a front cartwheel, the frontal and upper body bones are tremendously utilized. The sternum, ribs expand while the legs and the feet move forward on the grass. For a few seconds, the entire weight of the body is supported by the humerus bone, upper arm bone, the radius, lower arm, and the hand. The lower body lands on the grass first. The gluteus maximum muscle, buttocks, compact because of the bending flexibility the body undergoes during this activity. The thigh leg muscles, which consist of the adductor magnus, the gracilis, and the vastus lateral, absorb the force of the feet muscle, which are the first body parts to make contact with the earth. Then the shin muscle, that consists of the soleus and the peroneus longus, and the calcaneal tendon, back leg muscle, are the second lower body force motion absorber. Concentration is essential during a front cartwheel. The hand, metacarpals, phalanges, and carpals must be planted comfortably and relaxed. The sternocleidomastoid neck muscle and hyoid bone, neck bone, should move toward the direction of the cartwheel. This motion directs the vertebral column and spine, and the backbone toward the desired location. The back muscles are the trapezoids, shoulder and upper back muscle, the sternocleidomastoid neck muscle, and the latissimus dorsi, side torso muscle.
other things I would recommend is to get gloves if you're punching a punching bag, or if you're punching a sparring partner. I would recommend you get gloves. But if not, you don't necessarily need gloves. You can buy any kind of gloves, boxing gloves, mixed martial arts gloves. What I did was I took winter gloves and I cut the fingertips off. Another thing that you're going to need is water, so get plenty of water. So yeah, let's get to throwing some punches and kicks. Alright, so breathing is essential. What I usually do is what many yoga people call the sun salutation. But I always start off like this.
Long, proper inhales and exhales of oxygen relaxes the muscles and allow the mind to concentrate and think more properly.
I do 3 sets of punches, which equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. And you can do as many as you want. I usually do sets of 20 for each side. So switch off from this side, 1, 2, 10. Always make sure to take breaths in between, otherwise your heart rate's going to go up and you'll get dizzy. In worst case scenarios, you can pass out, which is definitely not a good thing. And like I mentioned earlier, if you care about yourself, you will not push yourself to those limits. Now if you truly know your body, you'll push your limits to the very highest level, but you gotta know your body. You gotta know yourself entirely from every single angle and every single perspective.
When throwing punches, it's essential that you maintain balance. What you want to do is you want to make sure to keep your legs parallel to your shoulders, with your leading foot facing forward and your back foot at a 50 to 75 degree angle.
The thing about martial arts is that it's always a combination of things. You can build up on different techniques and moves. You can incorporate elbows, kicks, and punches in different variations. But the fundamentals always remain just like any other subject, whether it be English, math, writing, drawing. The fundamentals are the same, which is the basics: punches, kicks, and above all, breathing.
When performing variations of punches and kicks, you want to make sure to follow through with the motion of the different combinations that you do. When you throw a high kick, you want to make sure to leave jump 11 to 13 inches. Turn your hips 170 degrees and swing the back leg to kick and snap the foot to deliver the maximum amount of power. When landing back to the ground, make sure to bend your legs to land safely on the ground.
Like I mentioned earlier, take things slow, don't rush things, because rushing things is the number one thing, or the number one mistake to injuring yourself or hurting yourself. So, and like I mentioned earlier, and I'm going to keep on mentioning it over and over and over again because I feel really passionate and strong about that message, which is if you care about yourself, you're not going to hurt yourself. Okay, so martial arts is all about finding your own style, your own rhythm that you can easily maneuver and do your own moves. That goes for punching style, kicking style, and also for weapons. Starting off with swords, it doesn't matter what your preference is. You know, if you like nunchucks, shooting stars, swords, whatever the weapon might be, the fundamentals also are the same, which is concentrate, breathe, and watch what you're doing. With the sword, I don't have a real sword. I use a wooden sword because I'm in a public setting, but in a private setting, I definitely use a real sword. So I usually start off with the breathing technique. And then I usually do 20 of these.
The down sword movement technique. This specific technique exercises the upper arm brachioradialis, bottom of the upper arm muscle, the pectoralis major, chest muscles, the serratus anterior, upper rib muscle, and the rectus abdominis muscle, abs muscles.
What you gotta remember about swords is that whenever you switch off, like for example, if you're swinging like this, your left hand goes on the front of the sword, and your right hand goes on the back of the sword. Whenever you switch off, it changes. The opposite hand goes on top, and then the left hand goes on at the bottom. Right hand on top, left hand on the bottom. That way you get a better flexibility or mobility. Like I said earlier, breathing is essential. And just like without weapons, you can throw different variations. Variations is very, very important. So I've been told.
Think of a sword like being an extension of your upper and lower arm, which consists of the radius and the ulna bones, and your upper arm, which consists of your humerus bone. A forward sword thrust works out various muscles. Muscles include the tricep brachii, lower arm brachioradialis, forearm muscle, and the bicep brachii. The forward sword thrust technique also exercises the side stomach muscles, which are the external oblique, serratus anterior, upper rib muscles, and the rectus abdominis, ab muscles. It is important for a martial artist to not rely only on repetitions to get your work out. Have fun. And come up with your own sword combinations and moves.
With longer range weapons, safety is essential. I would recommend, if you're in a public setting, to make sure that there's nobody passing by. Obviously you don't want to hurt anybody, unless it's the last resort. So first things first, make sure there's nobody near your premises. Obviously, if you're in a private setting, it's whatever, but in a public setting, you gotta be a little bit more careful. I'm sure you've heard the saying, practice makes perfect. I couldn't agree more. That goes for martial arts also. So repetitions are essential.
With heavier weapons, it's essential to remember to widen up your stance because since you're carrying something heavier, it takes a lot of energy out of you. Getting tired brings forth laziness, and laziness can cause injuries. By widening up your stance, you can distribute the weight more properly throughout the body without hurting your back. The upper leg muscles are the gluteus medius, hip muscles. The thigh muscles include the sartorius, inner thigh muscle, the adductor longus, and the gracilis. The outer thigh muscles are the rectus femoris, vastus lateralis, and vastus medialis. During a long staff side swing, don't forget to exhale when moving the staff weapon forward, and inhale when moving the staff weapon backwards. When doing a behind-the-back staff weapon movement, or spinning transferring movement, it is essential to remember to keep the circular rotating motion by pivoting the extensor relinaculum, wrist muscle, the extensor digitorum, forearm muscle, extensor carpi radialis brevis, inner forearm muscle, extensor carpi radialis longus, inner arm muscle. Some of the back muscles of the human body are the longissimus thoracis, the spinalis thoracis, spine muscle, the iliocostalis thoracis, and the ilicostalis lumborum. Something worth mentioning is that in martial arts, improvisation is just as important as planned out or thought out techniques.
Like I mentioned earlier, it's essential for the fundamentals of martial arts to get into a routine and to maintain that routine. Consistency is a key to maintaining a healthy body. With me is my good friend Craig, and he's gonna be, what's up, man? And he's gonna be sharing with us a little bit of knowledge in regards to martial arts.
I'm going to be showing you 3 basic movements: the jab, the reverse punch, and the front snap kick. Okay? Well, you want to start off with a good stance. Okay? Everything starts with balance. That's the most important thing. You're going to jab, reverse, bring up the knee, snap, and bring it back. Okay? Now watch as I'm rotating my punches. I'm not just leaving them out there. I'm putting a snap in my wrist and give my punches a lot more power. So, snap, reverse, bring up the knee, plant. Okay? Get a side view. Jab, plant. Okay? Show it again. Jab, reverse, plant. As I throw my punches, watch as I'm keeping them close to my face. I don't drop my front hand when I throw my reverse punch. I keep everything up to keep myself protected. So it's jab, reverse, and I'm still protected right here. Kick, plant.
First things first, warm-up exercises are vital in martial arts. You want to make sure to warm up with your sparring partner for 3 to 5 minutes, so that way you can both get into the same rhythm, or from a technological point of view, getting synced, so that way you are both on the same page.
As a sparring partner, you gotta remember to match up your partner's breathing, so that way you don't throw off their rhythm.
Alright, so what you just witnessed was pretty much a warm-up drill that I like to do before I start on the pad work. It gets me warmed up, gets my arms tired, just builds up a nice sweat. Now notice, as I was doing these punches, they seemed very rapidly, but I didn't lose technique. I'll still keep my hands up close to my chin. I'm still turning my punches. Everything's still right. You know, some people make the mistake, they leave their arms out, and they just focus on hitting the pad. But what they fail to do is they fail to bring their hands back to the face, and they leave themselves wide open.
The punching bag. When throwing kicks, the muscles that the body uses are the gluteus maximus, buttocks muscles, the adductor magnus, back inner thigh leg muscle, the bicep femoris, the gracilis, the soleus, inner lower leg, and the peroneus longus. When landing punches, your hand muscle, extensor digitorum, is what makes contact with the punching bag. The impact of the punches on a punching bag causes the brachioradialis muscle, lower arm, and the bicep brachii, the pectoral muscle, chest muscle, and the deltoid, shoulder muscle, to compact, which helps to toughen up and make the muscles a lot harder, stronger, and more importantly, healthier. Spinning kicks exercise the following muscles: the gluteus medius, hip muscle, the gluteus maximus, buttocks muscles, the vastus lateralis, outer thigh muscle, the bicep femoris, middle thigh muscle, the semitendinosus, inner thigh muscle, the gastrocnemius, calf muscle, and the calcaneae tendon, heel muscle. Ultimately, the punching bag is a stress reliever. So go ahead, don't hold back. Punch and kick as hard as you want. Dance around, get your cardio. After all, if you're not sweating, you're not working out.
The last time I gave you 3 basic movements, which was the jab, the reverse punch, and the front kick, okay? This time I'm going to show you how to move with those strikes, as well as detail, and how to properly throw them, okay? Well, I'm going to start off with the jab first, alright? First, I'm going to make sure I pop straight from the chin, and as I throw it, watch how my shoulder is up. It's not a lazy jab. My chin is down, the shoulder is protecting my chin, and my wrist is snapped, okay? Arm is straight. It's not like this. Right here, that rotation gives it that snap and that power, okay? As for my reverse punch, which is my power punch, is going to be right here, okay? So as I throw it, once again, my chin is down, my shoulder is up so I don't get countered. My wrist is snapped, giving it that power.
Face muscles are also exercised when throwing jabs. And it's important to relax the face muscles so that way you can be more accurate with your punches. When throwing a jab, the deltoid shoulder muscles expands, sending energy to the bicep brachii, then to the lower arm brachioradialis muscle, lower arm, then to the hand, and finally to the punching glove.
It's already a power punch when you're throwing it from this position, and when you snap the wrist, it gives it that much power. Okay? Now I'm going to show you how to move. Notice how I'm always moving on the ball of my feet. I'm never flat-footed.
A few more lower leg muscles are the peroneus brevis, outer side shin muscle, the extensor retinacula, and peroneo retinacula, ball of the feet.
A smaller opponent can beat a bigger opponent any day if he knows how to move. Striking means nothing if you don't have balance and you know how to. It's like a dance. If you can't dance, you're screwed. Okay? Notice how I'm always moving my head side to side. I'm not stiff like this. Okay? You want to make all your strikes want to be survival. Yeah. So we're going to get into three things. We're going to get into proper breathing techniques, and we're going to get into how to use different types of pads, and we're going to get into a more advanced stage of striking. Okay. So this time I showed you a few punches. Now I'm going to show you a few punches, a few kicks, and a few elbow techniques. All right. So as my partner comes here with the pads. All right. Notice that when he puts them on, these are called tie pads. Okay. These are called tie pads. What you're going to do is these are the pads that are pretty much used for punching, kicking, and your elbow techniques. They're pretty much used for anything, even these. Okay. Now watch as he puts them on. You know, he doesn't slip his hand through the handle. Okay. He doesn't slip his hand through the handle and holds it from the top. He grabs the handle to protect his fingers and make sure the pad stays steady. And protect his wrist as well. Okay. Now, when he holds them up, he's not letting the pad, he's not putting too much pressure on his wrist. Okay. He's not putting a lot of pressure on his wrist. You know, he's keeping it lined up with his arm so that way, when I strike, it doesn't hurt his hand. Okay. So now we're going to get into pretty much breathing. Okay. Every time you strike, you want to exhale, okay? Okay? Every time you breathe, every time you strike, you want to breathe, okay? And what that does, it keeps you from getting tired, okay? You got somebody who's just striking and not breathing. They're going to get pretty gassed, and you don't want that. Okay. Breathing also keeps you in rhythm. Okay, and that's very important. Now we're going to get into kicking.
The power punch. The power punch requires power to be distributed from the punching bag and the legs to deliver the maximum amount of power. The torso muscles that are utilized for the power punch are the serratus anterior upper rib muscles, the rectus abdominis ab muscles, and the latissimus dorsi or side torso muscles.
Now notice every time I throw my roundhouse, I start with the knee. Everything starts with the knee. Okay? Knee, I get on the bottom of my foot so I can pull, so I can rotate. Alright? That's very important. For every strike, you want to use your whole body, not just the limb that you're striking with. I'm still breathing, which gives my strikes that much power.
Yep.
Notice how he's keeping the pads close to his hip. He doesn't hold them out like this. So that way, and I'm doing the proper technique, he keeps them diagonal, close to his body so it's nice and sturdy. And he keeps his chin away from the pads too. That's also important when you're trying not to get hit in the chin. Alright? Okay. Now, notice as I do my hips, I use my whole body to give me that momentum and that power, okay? So, I step into it first, and you see my foot is already slanted, ready to turn. And it just gave my roundhouse kick that much power, okay?
The knockout punch. In martial arts, it is important to remember that knockout punches should only be used in a last resort situation. It should never be used for self-amusement or even worse, out of revenge. The knockout punch technique should only be used for self-defense.
Alright, notice that as I threw the punch, which left him open. Whenever you throw a punch, you want to make sure that the other hand is keeping you protected. And notice when I threw the hook, how I made sure I turned my waist into it. I didn't just throw my arm out, I actually turned my whole body and gave it that power.
The face nerves are the first informational receptors that are affected by a power punch. The face nerves consist of the ophthalmic division, the lacrimal nerve, the lacrimal gland, the maxillary division, and the mandibular division, and the lingual nerve. A powerful punch to the shin or to the temple side of the face can easily neutralize an opponent. But what exactly happens to the body when such an event happens? The initial hit sends energy along the lateral and medial pterygoid muscle. The force of the punch causes a whiplash effect that lunges the skull and cranium toward the direction of the punch. This action rattles the brain, but before reaching the brain, the energy travels through the temporal chewing jaw muscle and through the epicranial aponeurosis, the natural helmet of the brain. Malignant energy is also sent to the facial nerve, to the posterior articular nerve, the temporalis nerve, and the mandibular nerve, jaw nerve. The cervical nerve sends information to the brain about the neck area. The rapid movement of the skull and cranium caused by the knockout punch disrupts the following areas of the brain: the cerebellum, which controls coordination, and balance of the human body, the occipital lobe, which is the visual portion of the brain, the parietal lobe, which is the understanding and comprehension area of the brain, the central sulcus, the motor area of the voluntary muscles. The disruption of sensor information continues to the frontal lobe, the concentration area of the brain, the lateral sulcus, the auditory area of the brain, then to the temporal lobe, the area of the brain that interprets the senses. In a knockout, the face nerves go numb. Some of the face nerves are the cytomatic nerve, cheekbone nerve, the buccal nerve, lip muscle, the maxillary division, the ophthalmic nerve, and the lacrimal nerve and gland. This nerve and gland temporarily shuts down and is one of the results of a knockout punch. The whiplash caused by the knockout punch travels from the impact spot down the spinal cord, starting with the clavicle nerve C1 through C4. Whiplash energy continues moving downward at a speed of fractions of a second and shoots down the brachial spinal nerve C5 through T1 that controls the arms. Whiplash energy continues to travel down the intercostal nerves T2 through T11, then begins its descent down the lumbosacral nerves T12 through CO. There, at the lumbosacral nerves, the whiplash malignant energy shuts down the femoral and sciatic nerves, which causes the human body to lose control, which results in the collapsing and falling down action of an individual.
Alright, so apparently I knocked out my sparring partner, alright? So if this ever happens, God, I hope it doesn't. Just make sure that you get him on his, roll into his back, you sit him up, okay? Hey, come on, get up. Open your eyes. Yo, you alright?
What?
What's your name?
What?
What's your name?
No,
How many fingers moving?
2?
No.
3?
There you go. How many now?
4?
So every time, when he wakes up, you want him to ask him questions, okay? What's today's date? Or what's the day of the week?
Monday?
No.
Friday?
There you go.
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Alright. And some more pad work by me and my partner. Pretty much, when you're working with pads, it's very important that you want to know your spacing, okay? See, I threw a lot of kicks that could have easily hit him, but I knew where my distance was at, and I didn't want to hit him, so we played it safe. Notice how as I switched up the movements, he switched up the position of the pads to where they would make good contact and it wouldn't hurt him.
The two basic kick positions for the pads are this right here. If you're using this type of pads, you want to go ahead and place them this way, one slightly above the other. So that way, if it's a forward kick, it'll hit the bottom. If it's a forward kick like that, it'll hit the bottom of the pad. And if it's a forward launch of a kick, it'll hit the top of this pad. And then the other defensive blocking technique is the downward pad movement, where go ahead and kick the pad. You want to keep your elbows tucked in, so that way you can absorb the momentum and the force and the energy that he throws in his kick. Go ahead. Thanks everyone for tuning in. That's all the time that we have for today. From Central College and from White Rock Lake Park in Dallas, Texas. My name is Noel Linares. Saying goodbye. Goodbye.